The vote was unanimous in favor of Councilmember Jawando's bill, and he was joined by several of his council colleagues to discuss how he hopes this measure will improve transparency.
Everyone will acknowledge that when someone dies, that's a tragedy for our community. The police agree with that, and the community certainly agrees with that.
The legislation seeks to improve the public's trust in law enforcement and eliminate the possibility of conflict of interest in police-involved death investigations. This is Councilmember Jawando's first piece of legislation to be approved.
We still have some issues here in Montgomery County, and that this would go in the right direction for making sure that when our police officers are involved in the death of a resident, that we have an independent investigation and that investigative report be made public so that the community can look at it and learn from it.
The bill was introduced after a confrontation between police and Silver Spring resident Robert White, which resulted in White's death last summer. Under the LET Act, when an officer is involved in the death of an individual, investigators from a separate jurisdiction will open an inquiry to review the circumstances of the case. Jawando says this bill is a first step in rebuilding trust between the community and the police.
And we have a unique opportunity, a new police chief. I'm going to be leading a community forum with Mark Elrich on June 6th to talk to the community about what they want to see from their police chief, what they want to see is by ways of community policing. And so the next step is to get that input and then really ask tough questions of the person or persons who are before us about what does that mean? What do you think community policing means? What do you think about these disparate numbers that 55% of the people arrested in this county in 2018 were black, even though they only represent 19% of the population? How do we change that? How do we make sure we build that trust?
The bill now moves to the county executive for his signature. In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
Yeah, of course.